Hi.
Happy February. Welcome to Real Talk with Marla and Sarah.
We're back.
We had a little bit of a break, and now we are back trying to talk about how is it going?
Mm-hmm.
How are those resolutions really going?
Mm-hmm. Did you give up already or no? I didn't.
No, me neither. No, I'm going to be in the 8% for sure.
Okay.
Do they feel a little heavy? Do they feel awesome? Do you feel like super proud of yourself? Or do you feel like February is the new January?
Mm-hmm.
So, how are your resolutions going?
Good. I don't feel like amazing, but I don't feel terrible. I think I'm doing good.
Right.
My resolutions were to find new recipes.
Mm-hmm. Which you're doing great with.
Yeah. So last week,
If you were wondering, she didn't bring me any food. Go ahead.
I didn't. Sorry. I showed you pictures of it.
You did send me pictures while I was cleansing, so that was nice.
Yeah. Sorry. So last week I did a week of the air fryer.
Right.
Because we all have those things that we don't use.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I made in the air fryer. This week was the week of the Instapot.
Right, neither of which I have, but everything looked really good.
Yeah, so my mom got me an air fryer, healthy air fryer recipe book for Christmas.
Oh,
so
nice.
I used that. And then, modifying things here and there. But, yeah, so I did that resolution.
Perfect. What other resolution did you have?
So we know that Marla gave me a lipsicle. So, it was to use it. That's one of my goals.
Right.
So I've been good. The first 2 weeks I was really good. And then stuff happens. Like I couldn't work out today because I had to come here.
You could have gotten up earlier, dare I say.
No. So, yeah. And then, we're doing a 5-week challenge. It's over on Sunday. So
Right.
This close to my goal.
You're going to make it.
I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
I'm going to New York City on Sunday, and I'm going to Carmine's, and I'm gonna eat pasta and garlic bread.
So you better hit the elliptical hard.
I know.
Oh
That's
my
what I'm
gosh.
saying. These next couple of days are like.
So anyway, we decided, we've talked to a lot of people recently who have already thrown in the towel. And when we did our last little real talk, we talked about how effective or how successful people are going to be, and still blown away by it's only 8% who actually complete their resolution. And which is why if you see me posting, I'll usually hashtag 8% because I have committed to being in the 8% for all of my goals, and as have you. So far into month 2 we are doing okay.
Yeah.
But we always like to offer some tips.
Yeah.
So if January didn't go well, instead of just throwing in the towel and canning all of 2020, just refocus into February and make February the new January.
Right.
So we always have 5 tips.
We love top 5.
We love our top 5 tips, right? So what's the first one?
Tip number 1 is aim high, but start low. So we sort of talked about the elliptical. If I said to myself, I'm going to work out, go from no days a week to 7 days a week.
Right.
So I aimed for weekdays at least. Or I think I aimed, I don't know that I gave myself a number, but I think I said 4 days a week. Because I thought that was realistic. So, but would I like to do 7 days a week? Obviously.
Right.
But
You can.
you sort of have to be realistic.
You can.
And also, food-wise, with the program that we do, there's what we call Strict 30. I started the program, but not super, super strict. So, again, because I didn't want to go from 0 to 100. On that sort of Monday, let's just change everything and not stick to it.
Right.
And by Thursday, you're ordering a pizza.
Right.
So, I feel like I did that.
Good. And I think maybe breaking it down into little chunks. So you have this big goal, whatever it is. If your goal is to eventually, hit the elliptical 7 days a week, yeah, it makes sense to start at, 3 days a week. Check, I'm consistently doing that. Okay, now I'm going for 4, now I'm going for 5, and you can just feel good about yourself and celebrate that along the way. So breaking it down into a manageable bite-sized chunk, I think is really great. Number 2, don't let other people set the goal for you. Because it has to have a true purpose for you. Because I think every goal has bumps along the way, It has those periods where you become really doubtful in yourself and your ability, no matter what the goal is, whether it's weight loss, fitness, performance, like a life relationship goal. We all hit these bumps, right? So it needs to have purpose. Mm-hmm. So although I have a goal of you going on the elliptical 6 days a week, that's why I gave it to you. Mm-hmm. I can't push that on you because if it's not meaningful to you, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So, just make sure you're setting your own goal and it has that purpose and you're really like clear on it. And that kind of like goes into one of the other things that we'll talk about. But
so tip number 3 is be clear in what success looks like. So I forgot what we were going to talk about.
So we were talking about this.
Sorry.
We were talking about this January Jolt challenge that we joined, and I was super pumped. Like, if you saw my social media, I was like, yes, January Jolt, refocus, reset. And then the criteria was that you were going to lose, to be successful, quote unquote, in the challenge, you lose 6% of your body weight. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes. And then I did the number, and I was like, wow, that is a big number for me to lose. And then I had Sarah redo the number because math is not really my thing. And I was like, okay, that's like a challenge. But when I set out to do the January Jolt, my purpose was to detox my body, refocus in my eating habits from the holidays, to just feel great, and to try to become the healthiest version of myself. Mm-hmm. And so on Monday, when I weigh in, although I don't really like the scale, but when I weigh in, I will not be successful technically in the January Jolt because I'm not going to lose 6% of my body weight.
But you don't need to lose 6% of your body weight.
But I still consider myself successful in the January Jolt because all the things I set out to do, I did. And so to me, my success looks different than someone else who actually accomplished the January Jolt. However, I am a little sad to be missing out on the $27,000 that we are awarding on Monday. To all the people, you are going to get some of that for all the people that were successful. So kudos to them. They will be taking my share of the pot. Yeah, exactly. And so tip number 4, understand why the goal is important. Say you have a weight loss goal. Is it because you want to rock whatever pair of jeans you put on? Is it because you just had a physical and your doctor told you, wow, those are scary numbers, like you're heading into a dangerous place? Like, why is that goal important? And continue to identify why that goal is important. Pretty simple.
And write things down and track it.
Number 5,
sorry. I lost count. So, like for me, I was telling Marla earlier, like before I go grocery shopping, like I write down what my week is going to be. So I know, like, if there's a day that I have to go somewhere after work, I have to plan, am I going to eat out that day? What am I going to bring? Whatever. So absolutely. I sort of write down my week so I don't get caught in situations where I'm not prepared. Right. But even just like writing down my goals for the week, I know what I'm going to eat. I know what days I can work out, what days I have to maybe go harder on my lunch break when I'm walking because I can't work out at night. So like just physically like seeing it, I think is a big deal, and like writing it and having it be visible to you.
Absolutely. And like, hey buddy, research tells us that you're 25% more likely to accomplish your goal if you write it down. So this kind of brings us like right into like, great to have these 5 tips, but how do you take action? Like, how do you actually execute? Because I think that that's a lot of times where people fall short, especially with the people that we speak to, with our nutrition thing. A lot of times people sort of know, like they talk the talk, but they have difficulty walking the walk. So the first one, exactly like what we were just talking about, take the time to write it down and put it somewhere where you're going to see it every single day. So writing it down and crumpling it in the back of the drawer so you find it in 2021, downer. If you write it down and put it somewhere, like on your mirror, on your refrigerator, whatever it is, somewhere that you go every single day, it is going to stay ingrained with you. And especially if you see it first thing in the morning, it just sort of like gets your mind going. Like, yes, I'm working on this today and I'm going to just chip away at it. So.
I had a friend who literally, her goal was to like be the weight that she wanted to lose weight. So she had a picture and she put the picture on her refrigerator. Right. So like anytime that she thought about breaking like what she was doing, she would look at that picture because that was her motivation.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it worked. Like she did great.
action step 2. There's 10 of them. You want to basically make a plan and make it measurable. So it goes right like the goals, like taking it down into little chunks. Make your plan so that you can actually take action, right? I mean, it's so simple. But if you just break it down, I can do component A, B, and C to get me to goal D. It just makes so much sense. And then you're also able to see, like, how am I doing? Am I progressing forward? Have I stayed stagnant? Have I not really made any progress forward? So,
the number 3, take action even when you don't want to make an appointment with yourself.
Yeah, you would never not show up for someone. You're a prime example of this tonight.
So I've been having a crazy time at work. Today was really crazy. Some stuff happened after work, and literally coming here and doing this was probably the last thing I wanted to do because I wasn't prepared, and I don't like not being prepared. But I'm here because I would never let Marla down, and I would never let you find people down.
But you would sometimes let yourself down, right? So that's
I
the whole
didn't work
purpose,
out
right?
today.
Right.
I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Although I did offer to feed her. But
Okay, yeah, Marla made me dinner.
I did make
It's right there.
turkey chili.
But yeah, sometimes you have to check in with yourself.
Right. And you have to hold yourself, like, number 5 is essentially, or 4, hold yourself accountable and don't accept your own excuses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, last night, I'm telling you, I almost went to Five Guys. Like, I put my sneakers on. I was gonna get a hamburger without the bun.
No,
I know.
That's not getting you in a piece of the pop.
And that's what I kept saying. I need to reach this goal. I need to reach this goal. And then I ended up making these bomb nachos out of, like, everything that was in my refrigerator.
Yeah, she sent me while I was cleansing, so that was perfect.
I didn't know.
Anyway.
Not my fault.
Number 5 is to find your inner motivation and knowing why. So we talked about this in terms of a tip, but also just in terms of action items. Like, really check in with yourself. Like, take action to sit and think, why is this important to me? And even maybe write that down next to your goal. I think just to always be in touch with why, because you're driven by the why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harness your inner worker bee.
Oh, this is like one of my favorites. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have to show up for yourself. So you have to do things for yourself and make the effort and be consistent. So if we're talking about a weight loss goal, and you started in January, and by the end of the 2 weeks, you had already cheated, and then you just kind of give up.
Right.
Because you didn't lose however much weight you wanted to lose. It took you longer than 2 weeks to put on 5 pounds, so it's going to take you longer than 2 weeks to take it off. So you can't give up. Like, you have to understand that it's going to take some time, and you can't get, like, frustrated and mad at yourself.
Right.
You have to be consistent. You have to tell yourself, like, this is my goal, and I'm going to reach it no matter what my obstacles come in the way.
Absolutely. Show up for yourself every day.
Yeah.
Number 7 is seek feedback. So if you feel like you have a goal to get totally ripped and it's not happening, but you're going to the gym, maybe seek out the advice of a trained professional. If you have a weight loss goal, like we said in our, January, January focus, if you have a weight loss goal and it's not happening for you, maybe try something new. Or seek out, the help of people who do this and get results. So just seek the feedback out for whatever it is. If you have a performance goal, like if you're like me and you're trying to, like, fumble your way through running your first marathon, ask people who have done it before, who you know and trust, who can guide you along.
Right.
There's no reason to just feel like you need to flounder like a fish out of water.
And then, so the next one is evaluate how your plan is working.
Right.
So if you're doing something consistently, like say you're doing a 30-day program and you're eating the same things every single day and you lost weight for 2 weeks and then you're not losing weight anymore, you're not feeling any different after 2 weeks, you have to evaluate. Maybe it's time to change it up.
Right, 100%.
What you're doing, what you're eating, how, whatever.
Right.
Maybe you have to change a workout.
Right.
You have to change the time that you're eating. You have to change what you're eating. So you have to really reevaluate. You're not going to do the same thing every day for the rest of your life.
And that goes right into number 9, like, adjust your plan and your goal sometimes. Like, if your goal has changed or if you met the goal or you need to tweak it, like, just do that. I mean, easy. So number 10,
build a success mindset.
This is, like, for me, the most important thing.
It literally says it here.
It literally says in bold, like, with 5 exclamation points on each side. Most important thing. Because when you are working towards a goal, that little voice in your head is always going to tell you, no, you can't. This is too hard. You picked something too challenging. You were reaching for the stars when you shouldn't have even been reaching for the ground. It is just there nagging at you. I think we all have it. And sometimes it's really hard to turn the voice off, especially when you're in a slump, when you're working towards the goal. So it's not just about like, it's not just about maybe the body, it's about the mind-body connection and how you can just show up for yourself and be better every single day, and how you treat your body and how you treat yourself. And I just think it's so important. Self-development is just so important. There's just, I could probably do like a whole live just on self-development, and maybe I will, who knows. But it is truly, for me, so I'll use myself as an example. I declared that I was going to take on this marathon. And let me just say, it is very hard. One of my friends ran an ultra marathon, which is 100 miles. And every time I step on the treadmill, I think of her, because that blows my mind, because just the daunting task of doing my long runs every week is overwhelming sometimes. And I get like stressed out, and I'm sometimes mean to my husband about it, because he can just go out there and run, and I am like struggling. And so I started this, you're going to try to attempt a marathon program that's 22 weeks long, and it sets everything out for me. But as I'm running, especially in a long run, like the first 2 miles, I'm like, you can't do it. Why'd you pick this? Oh my gosh, you're never going to succeed. You are going to fail. Everybody is watching to see if you're going to do this, and you are going to fail. Then 3 and 4, I'm like, yeah, I hit my stride. I'm like, yeah, great, perfect. And then I come up to mile like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. And that voice comes back in and was like, your legs are tired. You can give up now. You can just stop. Like, just go slower. Just walk a little bit. And so it's really finding that balance. And then sometimes my legs just feel tired. And I need my mind to be like, nope. So you need to find that balance of your body and your mind working together, so you can just kill it at whatever you're going to do. And really, when I feel like I'm going to die, I out loud say, be the 8%, in a mantra, because I refuse to not be the 8%. But that's pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah.
Just
so if you didn't watch our January, we talked about resolutions and how 92% of people fail their New Year's resolutions, and how only 8% accomplish them. So that's what her 8%.
Yeah.
So 8%. Go back on our YouTube channel and watch our January
8%.
Real Talk for more information.
For sure. So actually, I thought this was also super helpful. We talked about this earlier. One of the people that I'm working with, he has a really big weight loss goal, and to date he's lost like 50 something pounds, which is so awesome. But he said to me, if I think about the big number I'm trying to lose, it's overwhelming, and sometimes I get lost in just that number. But I've decided on the 2nd of every month, I'm refocusing and recommitting, because I can commit to anything for 30 days. So he's literally just taking it down into 30-day chunks. And on the 2nd of the month, which is the day that he chose, he said, I feel that same excitement that I felt on day 1.
That's so smart.
Right. It's brilliant. When he said it to me, I literally just said to him, you are brilliant.
Yeah. Because if you think about doing something like, oh, I'm on week 6, I need to be done with this.
Right. I'm on week 10 of 22 weeks.
Right. Yeah, that's too much.
Right.
That's overwhelming. Just saying.
Yeah, 10 of 22.
I like that.
Right. So totally. Maybe think about that. And I think, let's just go back to this. It is only February. There is no reason to toss out all of 2020.
No.
It makes no sense.
Even though February was the longest month ever. Anyone else?
It's the 5th.
Oh, January.
Oh, I was like,
I'm really tired. January was I feel like it was the longest month ever. Anyone? No?
I don't know. I went on vacation. It was great.
I'm going to Aruba in 18 days.
But anyway, so we basically wanted to just, a lot of what we come up with to talk about is based on real life conversations that we're having with the people that we're working with, or, just...
Or each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we thought that this could be helpful to just pop on, give 5 helpful hints, and then, how do you actually take the action, right? So, what can you do? So...
And we're trying to do it ourselves.
Right, absolutely. And I think it's cool to see, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Just gonna say that.
I know. So there's a struggle. There's a struggle, right?
Yeah.
And so if you feel like you need more support, something really, really cool that could be just what you need is coming, teaser, for March, with a March 1st start date. I posted it on my social media. I was going to reveal it, and I'm not going to now. So...
I kind of know what it is,
right.
But not really. I don't know the details.
It's going to be really, really awesome. So if you're looking to work on yourself, work on your mind-body connection, if you're working to accomplish a goal, no matter what it is, body, mind, soul, life, this is for you. So there will be more to come on it. So just totally stay tuned to my social media. Sarah's once I clue her in.
Yeah.
And I think it could be really, really great. So
Cool.
yeah, perfect.
So that's our real talk.
Yeah, real talk. Awesome.
Go on our YouTube channel and watch our old ones. If you need anything, just hit us up. If
Right.
you have any topics you want
Right.
us to talk about, we'll
Right.
talk about anything.
Yeah. And like Amy, you said, oh, I want to send in questions. Absolutely. You
Yeah.
can totally, DM us questions or something.
Yeah, just
and-
ahead of time, because right now there's too much happening on the screen. I
Right.
can't
True.
focus.
So, all right.
So that's it. Good night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.